The United States of regulation, a new report slamming D.C.'s red tape on small businesses. To the man behind that report, Republican Senator John Barrasso from the fine state of Wyoming. Senator, what did you find out?
Well, Neil, I have this report. It's just out today, the United States of regulations. And what we found is in every state of the country, government regulations, things coming out of Washington, are making it harder and more expensive for the private sector to create jobs. And as a senator, I'm trying to make it easier and cheaper for the private sector to create jobs. But all of these regulations are burdensome, expensive, and time-consuming for small business owners across the country.
Now, the rule with regulations, Senator, I think you reminded me some time back, is whether you know them all or not, and there are thousands of them, if you're in violation of any one of them, you're in a heap of trouble. So what do you do to rein this in, or can you?
Well, absolutely, and there is in this report, you can get it on the web and our website at barrasso.senate.gov. It goes through all of the bills that Republicans have introduced that are being blocked in the Senate, a number of them passed in the House, to rein in regulations, to make it easier and cheaper to create jobs. And we're being blocked because this administration, and specifically the Environmental Protection Agency and others, just loves regulations. You'll remember when the president was running for office, he said under his proposals, electricity rates would necessarily skyrocket. Well, that's what we're seeing right now. You have a director of the Environmental Protection Agency, and she says, it's hard to believe, she says regulations can be stimulative because then businesses have to hire more people to fill out more paperwork, and it'll get people to work. I mean, that's a drag on our economy.
Well, I see they can be stimulative for copy makers, maybe, but I don't know about that. Senator, could you update me on a couple of other quick things? First of all, the payroll tax cut extension, where that stands. Is it likely to phase out, rejigger in the new year? What?
Yeah, I think we're going to extend that tax relief for American families so they can have more of their hard-earned dollars in their own pockets. The holdup seems to be this Keystone XL pipeline, and to me it's a no-brainer. We need to put people back to work in this country. This is a plan that
but you wanted to marry it to
like.
I'm sorry, sir, but you wanted to marry it to the payroll thing. The president said no. If you do, he's going to veto it. So what happens?
Well, if he wants to veto it, I'd say it'd be a mistake on his part because we need those jobs. You're talking about over 20,000 construction jobs, another 100,000 indirect jobs, $7 billion.
Oh, no, I know what you're saying, Senator, but that's what he says, and I take him at his word. That's what he's going to do, and he has enough to prevent an override. Then what do you do? What's the plan B?
Well, if the president doesn't want to extend the tax relief for all of these 150 million Americans this time of year, that's his choice. The House has passed a bill that is paid for by cutting government spending.
Are they going to take it up in the Senate, though?
Anyone.
Reid isn't touching it, right?
Well, cloture's been filed, and I'm hoping to vote on it this weekend. I'm ready to vote on it right now. I'm ready to vote for it. The president's holdup is that he seems to be beholden to these environmental extremists who supported him in the last election, and he feels that he needs their votes in this election, and that's what seems to be the holdup. The president ought to just drop that and say, we need these jobs. These jobs are good for America. And, you know, if we don't bring all of this oil from Canada to the United States, the oil is going to be sold by Canada to China, and we're going to have to send more money overseas to the Middle East and buy more energy and oil from people who are not necessarily our friends.
But in the meantime, the more pressing concern is what happens in the next few hours, days. I assume the president's still set. You guys are still set to go on Christmas break, or no? Is that up in the air?
I'm here. I'm going to continue to work on this. I think it's very important for our economy and for jobs in this country. The House has passed it. The House has left. They have actually gone home, and they are hoping to stay home.
Well, who's left in the Senate? Who's left in the Senate?
All of us are still here and continuing to work on this tonight, tomorrow. We'll stay at it, Neil.
But as far as an extension to keep the government running, that part has been resolved. It's just this payroll thing that might be stymied for a while, right?
It's the payroll issue. It's unemployment benefits. It's a number of regulations that I want to see removed so it's easier for the private job creators of this country to put people back to work. And the pipeline is one that the president is standing against, and the American people want it built.
Senator, very good seeing you. If we do not chat again, sir, have a Merry Christmas. Be well.
Thanks. You did a great job last night. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.